starting the coffee with... I miss one day, and I'm out of practice. Stirring the coffee with giant chopsticks of truth using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, it's that 3-region bean coffee that I just ground this morning. The stuff from Target. Let's see how this is. Nice.
Nice.
I like it. I'm digging it. Oh, that's going to go down fast. Well, it's Saturday morning. We missed the Daybreak Show yesterday, but I will not let you down in that way. We need the Daybreak Show. Anyone into infinite banking? Unlocking the infinite banking concept. Becoming your own banker. This is my read for the next few days. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to have the guy that introduced me to this concept on the show. And it's a way around... Oh, put my microphone on. Sorry about that. It's a way around the system that is pretty jacked up, if you think about it. So it's going to be interesting. Becoming your own banker. I'm looking forward to it. I can't complain, but sometimes I still do. Life's been good to me so far. Joe Walsh, 1978. I love that. Blog City says persistence, patience, diligence, freedom. That wind is blowing out there today. It is written on the wall in my bathroom. I see it every morning to keep me on the straight and narrow. God bless, George. I can't thank you enough. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for your teaching. Well, thank you, sir. What now looks natural to you, you looking at me, was one of my biggest fears at one time, speaking to people. Literally, I grew up a skinny, shy kid, afraid of my own shadow. Using the words of my dad, what are you, afraid of your own shadow? One of my biggest fears was going out in public, speaking to people. I didn't like it. I had to force myself. I kept thinking, people, ugh, microphones, cameras. I wore sport coats. Everyone says, you always do well with your sport coats. You look so sharp. You know why I wore sport coats? Here I am, like, what the hell? I might as well just give up my secret right now. The reason why I wore sport coats, and this goes back decades, was that I was always so nervous around people that I would sweat. And any time I was around people, big wet spot here. And just like I was always shiny all the time, just from sweating. It made me nervous. I don't know why. So how did I overcome this? I faced an irrational fear, because it's totally irrational, being afraid of being out in public amongst people on a stage in front of a camera. That's an irrational fear. It's irrational. Now I have 40 years of success of being a host, an MC, a ring announcer, a speaker, being on television, being on radio. 0 issues, no sweating at all. How did I do it? By doing it. That's it. I forced myself to do it. I am a quiet, shy introvert. You might not think that. That's why I love doing this stuff here, because I don't have an audience. Although I can do it in front of an audience. I am at home right here. And I love speaking to you. I love talking to you. But it was hard. It was hard. I wore sport coats to hide the sweat stains. There was no antiperspirant in the world that would work for me. None whatsoever. I used to host monthly networking groups with actors, models, broadcasters, and now myself going on 40 years of doing all that kind of stuff. Being the friendliest guy in the room, painfully introverted, I faced my fear. There's no magical cure. Years ago, when my hair was dark, I remember interviewing Catgirl, Sharon Winters, not Catwoman, Catgirl from the original Batman series. And that, of course, would have been something in the past that would have made me soaking wet with sweat. Didn't happen. Again, I faced my fears. You do the stuff that scares the shit out of you, and then the fear goes away. You don't talk about it. You don't analyze it. You don't try to figure out its origin. You do it. You do it. It's called systematic desensitization, where you expose yourself to what scares the shit out of you that much at a time. And then the next time, that much, that much, that much. And then next thing you know, you're in front of crowds of thousands of people and talking confidently. And then you're flabbergasted that at one time you couldn't do it and that you made excuses to stay home, stay in. Whew, I almost had to go networking. Mr. Smith says, without you and your advice, I likely would have committed suicide after a failed relationship this year. You really turned my life around for the better. You motivated me to get back to the gym. I gained 15 pounds. You were one of the main figures in my life that brought me back to God. Thank you so much for what you do. You are invaluable. God bless you. It's nice to get notes like that. I will say this, that money, writing, fitness, and disciplined Twitter is better than most college educations. That was the one thing that I missed when I was away from Twitter. It's gotten better. And of course, the shit posters always do their thing. They will never leave. But it all depends on who you follow and what circles that you roll in. If you use Twitter as a tool in your business plan, then you could replace your JOB income. Gab.com will eventually get there, but right now it's got a different flavor and it's evolving. And the people who couldn't say stuff and stuff I wouldn't even want to hear on Twitter all went to Gab. So I was away, as I like to say, I was away at a foam cannon party for 20 months after getting banned from Twitter. And now I'm back and following and being followed by people that I want to follow and people that I want to follow me. And it's not bad. Is it a shit show? Yes, but I don't participate in that. The absolute best workout routine is the one that you do. Stop analyzing. Just do something. Even if it means just going for a 30-minute walk in your neighborhood. And when you get back, do 10 push-ups. If you got a chin-up bar, do 10 chin-ups, pull-ups, whatever. Do some air squats. You know what air squats are? Squatting without weights on your shoulders. Try doing 25 of them. It's harder than you think. I do them slow. I don't do them fast so my knees pop or anything like that. Do them slow. I go down all the way, so I'm working my hips and my knees, keeping my back as straight as possible. Try them. Walking 30 minutes a day. If you want to walk an hour, but let's just start with 30 minutes a day. Come back, do 10 push-ups. If you can't do 10 push-ups in good form, do them against the kitchen counter. I'm not kidding you. The kitchen counter. Or do them while on your knees. Your knees are touching the ground. Now, what does that do? It starts building up the muscles and prepping the joints for when you can do them normally. And when I say kitchen counter, it could be a table, it could be the kitchen counter. I say the kitchen counter because it's the most stable, it's more stable than a table. For instance, let me just show you real quick here. Let me just move this chair out of the way. Now, I've got my PJ bottoms on, so when I stand up, that's what you're going to see. So basically, it's doing push-ups like this, okay? Now, I'm not bearing the full weight of my body as if I was laying flat on the ground, okay? I have offset some of my weight, but I'm still getting the movement in. Now, when I was losing weight, it was hard to do push-ups. It was hard because this lard ass would go down and it was difficult to kind of push myself back up. And I was the push-up, the dip king, the chin-up king. I defied gravity, and then I let it go for several years. And then I just became weaker. So, do your 30-minute walk, come back and do 10 push-ups. If you got a chin-up bar with an assistance band, 10 chin-ups like this, okay? Or do 3 like this, 3 like this. If you have the bars connected to it that go this way, they're called hammer grip, then you do 3 like that, okay? If you want to do another 2 or 3, I'm talking with an assistance band that connects at the bar, and you put your foot through a loop so it offsets some of your weight. You turn sideways in the doorway, grab the bar like this, 1, 2, 3. So let's just say you do 3 of each, all right, of those. So you did 12 pull-ups. You did your push-ups. You do your air squats. The body's going to start getting into shape. Now, those of you that are already into shape, some of you guys are like laughing and saying, oh my God, dude, that's just like so elementary. I know. I'm way beyond all of that. But what I'm talking to is the guy who just gave up on all that stuff years ago and needs to get back into it. Do the kitchen counter push-ups, the table push-ups, the push-ups on your knees. Do it. Get your body used to that motion. I want to get you from below average to above average. And then after that, it's up to you. If you want to go from above average to excellent, that's something that you have to do. I am great at helping people get from point A to B. It's up to you to go from B to C, but I just want to get you started. Can I just get you started today doing that? Can you do 10 today? Can you do 10 push-ups today? And maybe 11 tomorrow, and 12 the next day, and 13 the next day? Is that possible? Of course it is. I can't believe, you're probably thinking, I can't believe I'm letting this old guy motivate me like this. Get motivation from wherever it comes. I don't care. Like I said, the best workout, people say, what is the best workout? The one you do is the best. Proverbs 11:25, the generous will prosper. Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. And I tend to think that if that is flipped, the generous will prosper in the same way that the greedy will lose, and those who don't refresh others will not be refreshed. Those who don't recharge others won't be recharged. Let's look at it that way. Those who recharge others will themselves be recharged. George, how do you have so much energy? Because I spend my life helping recharge other people. When I look at my peers, it's almost pathetic. When I look at my peers, they're old and they're fat. Their attitudes are old and fat. Stop rescuing women. Stop rescuing women. Guys, dudes, stop it. It is completely amazing what a little Pennsylvania will do to a man. When you remove that element from your life, I'm not telling you to remove your sex drive. What I am telling you to do is don't let that be your motivation to date or find a woman or anything regarding intergender relationships. Stop rescuing women. Stop it. Stop it. Many people are so used to being rescued and being attended to. And the minute that they get on their own 2 feet, they don't need you anymore. And then, of course, there's the kind of guy that collects broken people rather than competent people. You will eat tomahawk steaks, medium rare, and you will be happy. You will be happy. You want to talk about like autoimmune stuff disappearing. Excuse me, my alarm just went off. There we go. You want to talk about autoimmune stuff just like disappearing within a month. Things like skin problems, just gone, gone, gone within a month. Sleep, improving within a month. That's why I kind of like the mostly meat life, the more keto-ish kind of lifestyle. I don't know you, but you need to stay hungry. And hungry, not in the eating sense, but hungry for self-improvement. Hungry for obedience to the Lord. Hungry for helping people. Have a kind of a hungry attitude. I'm satisfied when I'm hungry. What a paradox. I'm satisfied when I am hungry. All right, mama's boy, go easy on your dad. You've been brainwashed by your mother. He was Chad enough for your mom to make babies with. She can't teach you how to be a man. She didn't teach you how to be a man. Sorry, Bubba, all the stepdads in the world and all your mom's boyfriends could never replace your father. Doesn't matter. If you have become a man and you have got your act together, but your biological father doesn't, maybe reach out to him. Sometimes you can help him regain himself, get himself back after being knocked down by life. I know it should be the other way around, but are you up for the challenge of reaching out to your dad and being a fucking man yourself and saying, Dad, let's go for a walk. Come to the gym with me. Have a cup of coffee. Do something positive with your father, no matter who he is. There's no downside to it. The first day of spring, March 20th, is going to get here. You're still going to be fat. You're going to have an A1C of 12. You're still going to be buying dented cans at Aldi if you don't act now, while everyone else is hibernating and putting on 15 pounds between now and March 20th. You can transform your life and your wallet in the next 5 months. It's possible. You got this, man. You do. The army of above average. Everyone talks about the top 5%, top 1%, the top 10% of men. If I can take a guy that's below average, bring him to average, get him to above average, win. Huge W for me. You only need to be above average to get the ball rolling in your life. And it's not about competing against other people. It's about competing against yourself, against your own lab numbers, against the numbers in your accounts. So by March 20th, the first day of spring, you can be completely unrecognizable and have a completely different life. And I talk about things like that and more in my Unstuck newsletter that you need to sign up for at georgebruno.com. It's free. You might like it, you might not, but give it a shot. And with that, finish your coffee, and I'll see you on the next Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason.